A very good morning, dear children. Happy to meet you all again for this physics class. Today, we are dealing with gravitation. In the gravitation, we have already dealt with universal law of gravitation and acceleration due to gravity. Two things we have seen, capital G and small g. Capital G is universal law of gravitation 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. And again, small g is acceleration due to gravity, that we have seen 9.8 meter per second on earth. Now we are going to deal with some of the things what we have already know. Okay, because we have studied in the first unit equations of motions. I hope you remember all those things. Three equations of motion. Now we are not going to deal with that in an elaborate way, but what are the three equations of motion, how it applies to the gravitational force. Now we have seen those motion equations of motion in a horizontal plane. You remember what we did is, or the movement of a car, a movement of a bike, or movement of a bus, it is all horizontal motion. Okay, that equations of motion, all the three equations of motion we dealt with in the horizontal motion, but now we are going to apply all those three equations in a vertical motion. Okay, this is vertical motion, this is horizontal, this is vertical. Why it is vertical? Because whenever object falls from a certain height, it applies vertical motion. Okay, the motion of objects under the influence of gravitation of earth. So whatever we throw here, we catch. So it is all vertical motion, it is not horizontal motion, but the equations remain the same. I hope you remember all those three equations. One is, you remember, v is equal to u plus at. Okay, this is acceleration in the horizontal motion. Now we are going to replace that acceleration with vertical motion, that is acceleration due to gravity. That's all. A is uh, replaced by g. G is acceleration due to gravity. So whenever an object is under gravity, the earth will attract the particular object towards it. That is, so whenever we throw an object upward, it will fall, it will come downward with an acceleration, because it has mass. Because it has mass, it develops an acceleration, and that acceleration due to gravity is calculated. You remember those formula? G is capital G or divided by, sorry, capital G, capital M divided by capital R square. This is acceleration due to gravity, and that is 9.8 meter per second. 9.8 meter per second is acceleration due to gravity on earth. So what is this g? This g is universal law of gravitation. What is this m, capital M? It is mass of the earth. What is this capital R? It is a radius of the earth. Does it have any mass of an object? So acceleration due to gravity is independent of the mass. This is a very important point you should learn from this equation. It is independent of the mass. That means it has no influence on the mass. So whatever is the mass of the object, any object of any mass, all will have same acceleration of due to gravity on earth, because this is mass of earth, this is radius of earth. So g depends on mass and radius, that is not going to change. So when you throw a 100 kg object, or when you throw a 10 kg object, kilogram of object, whatever may be the mass, that doesn't matter. because g, acceleration due to gravity, is independent of the mass. So on earth every object will have same acceleration due to gravity, but will the acceleration due to gravity on the moon and the earth are same? No, they are not the same, because it will have a different acceleration of gravity, because mass is different, radius of the moon is different. So acceleration due to gravity in the moon is different, but on earth it is not dependent on the mass of the object. This is an important point you should know. Okay, now I said this acceleration due to gravity is almost 9.8 meter per second that we have calculated in the last class. If you have doubt, you go and check the video. We have derived this equation and we have formed this g is equal to 9.8 into 9.8 meter per second. Now we have already done three equations of motion. The motion in a horizontal plane. Now the same applies, because the motion is an object that is under the influence of gravity is under vertical plane, that's all, but the equation remains the same. Hope you remember all these three equations of motions. Okay, v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, u square is equal to v square minus, sorry, v square is equal to u square minus plus 2as. Okay, so you know all these three equations. In all these three equations, due to the vertical motion, the a is acceleration on the horizontal motion is changed into acceleration due to gravity g. That's all, nothing. Okay, but what we have to remember all these three equations is, when the acceleration, now this a will be positive when the direction of the motion and the direction of the object is one and the same. Okay, the direction of velocity and direction of motion, a is positive if both the object is, now for example, object is moved upward to downward. Okay, object is moved from top to bottom. That means this is the motion of the object, and also the acceleration of the object is on the same line, so acceleration is positive. But when we throw a ball from downward to upward, okay, when you throw a ball from downward to upward, the motion is against the gravity. But when you throw a ball from upward to downward, it is towards the gravity, so it is positive. Direction is towards the gravity. When you throw a ball upward, it is against the gravity. Ball is going against the gravity, so a is negative. That's all. Okay, this thing you should remember. So all these three equations, how it changes according to them. Now we shall do two problems from when the acceleration is positive and acceleration negative. These two problems are in your classwork note. I will explain in the book exercises. You just check. I will explain those problems, and after that we will move to very important concept of this unit. What is mass and what is weight? Till now you may be thinking both are same, but both are not the same. There is a difference between what is mass and what is weight. Let us wait and see what is that. Now we are going to see a problem connected to this concept. Um, go to page number 136 and exercise 10.2. You can see this problem. I'm not going to read out the problem. A car is going to fall from a sledge at a certain height. Okay, now in the first unit motion, we all see the car is moving in horizontal direction. Now the car is going to fall down from certain height. and we are applying the same equations of motion, nothing different in it. Okay, now the question is, a car falls from a ledge and drops to the ground in 0.5 seconds. Okay, half second, the t is given, and um, let g be 10 meter per second, 9.8 meter per second, but for simplifying the calculations we are doing 10 meter per second, and this is acceleration due to gravity. Now the acceleration of the car A is taken as 10 meter per second because the car is falling from a certain height. Okay, G does not depend on the mass of the object. G on the earth is 9.8 meter per second. So we are taking as 10. 9.8 we are taking as 10. Now this is the acceleration of the car. When a car falls from a height, it will take this acceleration. It will be taken as positive because it is towards the gravitation. The direction of the car is equal to the direction of the velocity. The velocity is in this direction and the car is falling in this direction. So A is taken as positive. Simple. That's all. Now, what are the questions? What do they ask? What is the speed? First question, what is the speed of the car on striking the ground? That means final velocity. What is the second question? Second question, what is the average speed? What is the average speed? Okay. Third question, what is the height? What is the height? Okay, height. It's falling down. So a car is falling down in 0.5 seconds. Okay, they are asking what is the final velocity. Simple. The first equation we can use, v is equal to u plus at. That's all. It is falling from zero velocity, so initial velocity is 0. So what is the final velocity? V is equal to, what is a is 10, what is t? 0.5 seconds. That's all. V is equal to 5 meter per second. Simple. Over. So V is equal to 5 meter per second. Simple. Now, what is the average velocity? First one we found. Average velocity, V average is equal to average speed. What is average speed? U plus V divided by 2. That is called average. What is the initial velocity? 0. What is final velocity? 5 divided by 2 is equal to 2.5 meter per second. That's all. That is the average speed of the car when it is falling down at 0.5 seconds. Now, what is the height? Height means displacement. The car is here and after 5 seconds the car is here. Okay, let me draw a car for you. A car like window. Fine. Now after 5 seconds the car is here. Okay, so what is the displacement? So this is the height. So here in this problem it is understood as height, but according to our concept in the first unit, distance and displacement. Car is here, now the car is here. Okay, what is the formula? Simple. The formula is V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Okay. Now this S is called displacement. Here it is height. U is 0, so this is 0. Half into AT square. A is 10, T is 0.5 square. That's all. When you do the calculation, half into that is 5 into 0.5 square, then that is equal to 1.25 meters. Okay, simple, very simple. Okay, we are applying the concept what we have already known. Very simple. I hope you have understood what is initial velocity, final velocity and the displacement. Okay, thank you. let us go to the next one. Now we are going to see another problem, very simple problem on the same lines. Okay, a ball and any object, it is thrown upward from downward. Now, when a ball or any object is thrown from downward to upward, we are throwing with some velocity. So u is not equal to 0. Okay, but when something is dropped from top to bottom, uh, u has u is 0. The initial velocity is 0. But when the initial velocity is 0, if you throw a ball from downward to upward, it will not go. So initially there should be some velocity, so that you throw, it goes to a certain height and it drops. So initial velocity for upward motion is never 0. This you should keep in mind. For initial velocity for upward movement is never 0, because with some initial velocity only you are throwing something. For example, I am throwing this, means that has some initial velocity that is not equal to 0. That cannot be 0. If it is 0, the ball will be here in my hand. The object will be here in my hand. It will not go out. Okay, it has some velocity, but we don't know what is that velocity. But we shall find. Easy. Now, it is thrown and it is going to 10-meter height and it drops down. That's all. That's all is given. The time is not given. Only the distance is given. Okay. Now, from there, and the final velocity is that given object is thrown vertically upwards and rises to the height of 10 meter per second. The final velocity is 0, because it is going initial velocity, it has some initial velocity u that we don't know, that we will find now. U we will find. Final velocity, what is the final velocity? It reaches to some point. At that point, velocity is 0. After that, it comes down. Okay, at that point, the velocity is 0. When you throw a ball, it is going 10-meter height, and at that point, it has no velocity and it comes down. So final velocity is always 0. Two things you should keep in mind. One is, for upward movement, initial velocity is never 0. If you go back to my class, where I have taught these equations of motion, you go, this point will be there. I have emphasized this point. For an upward motion, u is never 0, it is greater than 0, initial velocity. But final velocity is 0, because it has to reach some point and it has to come down. Okay, that we have already seen. But from a downward motion, initial velocity is 0, but final velocity is not 0, because I have already said I am dropping this pen from 0 velocity. Now it is 0, there is no movement, u is 0, but when it comes down, it goes down, it is, the final velocity is not equal to 0. Okay, now that you understand. Now let us find what is there. Now, what is this? G is 9.8. Okay, whatever be the object, that is 9.8. But acceleration of this object is minus 9.8 meter per second, because it is going against gravitation. Okay, the velocity of the object is going on this. Velocity is downward, but object is going upward. Acceleration is actually downward, but object is going upward. It is going against velocity and acceleration. So for upward movement, a is negative. That's all. That's all. Now we are going to solve this problem. Now t is not given, so we cannot use the first formula. V is equal to u plus at. T is not given. We cannot use the first one. Okay. S is equal to ut plus half at square. All t is there. T is not given. For how many seconds? In how many seconds it has reached the 10 meters, we don't know. Okay, the third formula. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Yes, there is no t. Okay, we can apply that. because we know V is equal to 0, U we don't know, but S we know. What is S? S is the displacement. S is the displacement, height, that we know. So what is V square? V square is 0, 0 square. What is U square that we are going to find? 2 into A. What is A? Minus 9.8. What is S? 10 meter. S is 10 meters. That's all. When you solve, minus U square is equal to 2 into minus 9.8 into 10 meter. When you solve this, U is equal to root of 196, that is equal to 14 meter per second. Okay, now I am throwing the particular object at 13 meter per second or 14 meter per second, and at from my hand it is going to 10 meters and it reaches 0 meter per second, final velocity 0, then it comes down. So U is equal to 14 meter per second. Now we are going to, now we have to find T. Okay, what is the time taken by the object to reach that 10 meter per second? What is the time taken? We shall use the first formula. When you know T, you can go to the first equation. When you don't know T, you go to the third equation. That's all. This is a simple logic, a shortcut trick to solve all these equations of motions problem. A simple trick is, when you know T, you go to the first or second equation. When you don't know the value of T, you go to the third equation. That's all. We shall go for the first equation now. V is equal to 0, U plus AT. V is equal to 0. What is U? U already we found, 14, plus AT. What is A? Minus 9.8. What is T? T only we don't know. That's all. Minus 14 is equal to minus 9.8 divided by T. So now T is equal to 1.43 seconds. That's all. Okay. We have already found. Now, all these three equations we have already did. You know all these three equations. Now we are applying to the vertical motion. That's all. We are applying to the vertical motion. We dealt with the horizontal motion. Now we are applying with the vertical motion. So A is changed into G. That's all. Acceleration, there we find acceleration. Here we don't find acceleration, because whatever be the mass of the object, acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second on Earth. Now that's over. The next important topic, the concept we are going to do with is mass and velocity. Sorry, mass and weight. Sorry. Dear children, this is one of the important concepts in this unit. Mass and weight. As you have already know what is distance, displacement, velocity, acceleration, force. Likewise, mass and weight are very, very important basic fundamental concept. Okay, we should learn very many big things, great things, only if we understand the fundamental thing, what is mass and what is weight. But in a normal day-to-day life, we use both of them interchangeably. But when it comes to physics, both are not the same. They are different. What is mass? Mass is the amount of matter that is present in a particular object. That is mass. That is measured in kilogram. That means mass means the amount of matter. What is this mass? This body, this object has a matter. The measure of this matter is in kilogram. That is not weight. That is in kilogram. That is mass. Okay, but we interchangeably use. When we ask what is your weight, we say in kilogram. But weight is not in kilogram. Weight is a force. Okay, but mass is in kilogram. We don't say our mass anywhere, but we say our weight. But when they ask what is your weight, we will say our weight, but in kilogram. Okay, there is a, if you know small nuances, then you will understand what is it. Now, what is mass? Mass is simply the amount of matter present. What is my mass? The amount of matter that is present inside me. Whatever is that object, that is in kilogram. Now, what is weight? Weight is the force with which that is attracted. Weight is the force by which the object is attracted towards the earth. This is the force that is object is attracted towards the earth. Weight is the force that is attracted. So you know what is force. What is the unit of force? The unit of force is Newton. Okay. You already know force means what? According to Newton's second law, F is equal to mass into acceleration, m into a. Now mass into acceleration, that is in the horizontal direction, but I am standing here. Okay, for example, probably this will it will go off. Now I'm standing in this direction. Okay, so I have a mass, and I not only have a mass, that particular mass is applying a force on the earth. Okay, this mass along with the acceleration due to gravity, because this particular mass is pressing the earth. So that is not only the mass, it is the force. Okay, it is the force, uh, that is the mass along with the acceleration due to gravity, that is called force. For example, now when I am standing, I am accelerating downwards because I have a mass. When I have a mass, the earth is pulling me down with some acceleration due to gravity, that you know, for all the objects on the earth, the acceleration due to gravity is g, m into g. So F is converted, is changed into W. W is the weight. The unit of weight is Newton. Unit of weight is not kilogram. Unit of weight is Newton because it has a force. It is a force. F is equal to m into g. The mass with some acceleration due to gravity, that is equal to weight. And so weight is not simply the mass, but weight weight is directly proportional to mass, and it is mass times acceleration due to gravity. So whenever the mass increases, the weight also increases. Weight is the vertical force. When I am standing here, I am applying a force on the earth. So my mass along with the acceleration due to gravity, because I am accelerating to the ground. So this is, I have a mass, and with the mass acceleration due to gravity, that is according to the objects that is on the earth, that is 9.8. So the weight is mass into acceleration due to gravity. Okay, this much of force I am giving to the earth surface, that is weight, that is in Newton. Now this you already know, force is a vector quantity. Force is a vector quantity means it has both magnitude and direction. The magnitude is the amount of force that is applied, that is a scalar value, and direction, it has a direction, that is downwards. So mass into acceleration is force, and mass into acceleration due to gravity is weight. Weight is measured in Newton, not in kilogram. So your weight on the earth is different from your weight on the moon. Because of this concept, people are floating or flying when they are on the moon. Then we see the astronauts flying, they are on the moon because their weight is not the weight they are on the earth. Today we have seen how the equations of motion is applied to all the three equations of motion to the vertical motion, and after that we also know what is mass and what is weight. Thank you.